Okay, so you've created your two circles, the one that's equivalent to your head fit and the one that's equivalent to that 15 centimetre radius. Once you've done that, I want you to fold your paper into half, into quarters, and then into eighths, so that it ends up looking like this. I've actually made this pattern a couple of times on this paper, but waste not, what not. Hey. So you've got your arrow there and you've got all that beautiful pulsing light coming through. So let's get rid of that. Now the next thing that you need to do is you need to get your ruler and draw some lines from the center of your paper. So let's go like that to where those folds cross the outside edge. So there's a point there, there's a point there. I'm just going to join those two dots together. Now you can do a 6-panel hat, but 8 panels is my favourite, so let's go with that. So it makes a really nice rounded shape. So we fold that down onto the thing. Make sure that that fold is accurate, crossing both points. Just check on that to make sure you got it right. Yes, beautiful, love that. And then you just trace on the outside to the centre of the circle. Go through on the other side, and then you also trace this little one here. Just fits on the edge of the paper. Draw that freehand, neat as you like, and then repeat over on the top. So you just draw that out again. So nice curve, and then use your ruler to do these two. If you have a light box, then you're lucky you, but if you don't, you can use some sticky tape on your window during the day, or you can use a glass top table. Just be careful when you're around the glass that you don't end up having a smashing situation, because that's no good. Now the next thing I'm doing is just putting my cup there to weigh that paper down. I'm tracing around it on a bit of pattern paper. So I'm going to do that line there. This line here. Remember, please trace it all accurately. If you're a mil or two out here, it can add up very quickly because there's 8 pieces. So if you were out by 2 mil with each pattern piece, it ends up adding up to over 1.5 centimetres. So not part of your life plan, I don't imagine. So there we go. We trace that one there like that, and then freehand that one like that. And the last thing that you need to do with this shape is actually just round that off. Now you can use various Milo jars, whatever you've got, but to be honest, not super important. If you can do it freehand and use your pencil, use the arc of your wrist, that'll be perfectly acceptable. By whatever means that you have at your disposal, create your centimetre seam allowance. This ruler was a good investment. I think they're over $20, but not given how useful they are, I think it's worth having. But if you haven't got one, it's not going to mess your life up too much, because you can easily just use some other way of measuring. Now with this, again, with the time you save, it's not the end of the world if you don't have it. And also, just be careful as well. Sometimes they try and sell you these pattern making gadgets and they're in inches, which, you know, unless you're a dyed-in-the-wool inchy type person, then it's going to just baffle you a little bit. So I'm just going to put that there. Now, I'm not going to bother drawing up that other side because I've got my top here. I've got my top here. Where is my top? There it is. And then I'm going to fold this across so that those 2 points are on top of each other. Like that. Fold it through the tip of my pattern piece, like that. Squeeze that down neatly, and then flip it over and cut. Down here like this from the tip. And you'll get a perfectly symmetrical pattern piece doing it like this. And soon as you've got that done, you're ready to mark that out. I might put a notch there just to show that's halfway, but not strictly necessary. Now in the next video you'll get to see how that pattern piece gets marked up.